Hi guys, and welcome once again to Mike's PC Gaming, and welcome once again to I think episode number 3 of Stationeers. Right, as you can see, I've done a little bit of work in between episodes. I've tidied everything up. We put new decking down so it looks nice and clean and tidy. I've done a bit of ore processing. We've got quite a lot of gold, holy cow man. A bit of ore processing. So we've got a pipe on here now with a passive vent. Which is going to let the gases escape from the furnace into our gas collection room. We can collect them. I'm thinking there's probably going to be a lot of CO2, or at least I'm hoping, and we can collect that gas and we can use it in our hydroponics bay when we eventually get it built. As you can see, I've also built that contraption over there. We've got a base built here. This is going to be a building which we're going to make, and this is going to be our power center basically. We're going to do a building here. We're going to have some large batteries in here, some large batteries in here, which is going to be supplying the whole base with power. But that's going to be maybe next episode or the episode after, I'm not sure yet. And up the top we've got a stand with 6 solar panels on it. Let's just get up there and I'll show you exactly what I've done. So here we go, we've got 6 large solar panels up here. We've got our APC, our area power controller here. So basically what I've done, the things that you have to watch out for. We're going to do satellite solar tracking today. We're going to track the sun with these dishes to get maximum power. So what I've done, I've placed them down. When you place them down, you've got a choice. You can either have them placed with ports together, so in that case it will be the data port and the power port on the same side. What we've actually done is split them up, so we've got power over there as you can see, and we've got data over here, and it's the same on all of them. So what I've done is we have the data side of the dish facing sunrise. That's the sunrise, that's where it's coming up from. So the data side of the dish, place it down facing the sun. Then I've just taken a wire. We've got high tension wire here. It can take a lot more. I think this cable can take 100,000 watts, and I think the other cable we've got, this cable here, can only take 5,000 watts. After that, it's going to pop. It's just going to burn out. So because we can add more dishes to this anytime we like. It's not going to be a problem. That's why I've got the high tension cable on here, just in case we need more power at a later date, and it saves changing it all later on when it could be more of a problem. Now it's nice and small, it's easy to do, so that's what I've done. So the front side, the data side, I've wired them all up and I've just plumbed them into this box. That's all I've done. And I've done exactly the same thing on the other side. We've got all of the power all on that side, coming down, it's coming around, and I've just plumbed it into the box as well. On this area power controller, we see here we've got the data and the power going into this one. This is the input and this is the output. It's just for power. Alright, so what we're going to do now. So now we're going to put down some chips. Right, to do solar tracking, the minimum that we're going to need is over here, a kit sensor. You can make all of these in the electronics printer, and they're not very expensive. I think the chips here, they cost I think 1 gram of copper and 1 gram of gold, or maybe 2. They're quite cheap. Then we're going to need 2 logic IOs. We're going to need 1 logic memory, and we're going to need 1 logic processor, and that's it. Basically, it's not a lot. So what we're going to do now is start putting them down. So the first chip we're going to put down is a logic reader. We'll talk about them in a minute. We'll just put them down first. So we'll get one of our logic readers. We'll just take one of these. They're normally upside down. Yeah, it's upside down, so I'm just going to turn it around. So if I scroll with my mouse, you can see it's changing. Batch writer, logic reader. So we just want logic reader, so we're just going to put it down. We're just going to put it down, a little bit of space there from the battery. We'll just put it there like that. Then over one, we are going to do a maths unit. So we're going to take our logic processor this time, and we're going to put it down here. It's probably upside down as well. Yes, it's upside down, god damn it. So we're going to put that there. We're going to scroll with the mouse. So we've got math unary. We don't want that one. We want logic math. So we're going to take that one and put that one down there, just next to that, like that. So we're going to go across again. Oh God, I hope we're going to have enough room to do this. And then we're going to put down our last chip. Well, it's not our last one, but it's the last of the big ones. Right, this one we're going to scroll and we're going to make this batch writer. And we're just going to stick that one down there like that. I think we'll be all right. So then underneath that one, we're going to put our last chip down, which is the memory chip. And we're just going to turn it around like that. Is that upside down? I can hardly see it. There we go. There we go. Right. So we're going to go like that, and we'll just put that down there, something like that. There we go. So there's our chips. Hopefully, that'll be enough. That'll be enough room coming around there. So what do they do? Right, we'll just go through them. This is the first one we built, a logic reader. This will take the solar angle from the sensor and send it to the math unit. So we haven't put the sensor down yet. We'll just grab it and we'll find a spot to put it. So I think, let me just get my jetpack on. I think we'll just put the sensor down here. We'll just put it down there. Like that. Fantastic. The sensor, when you put it down, has to be facing the sun up. Has to be facing sun up. So as soon as the sun shows its face and it starts throwing light onto the sensor, it'll start sending info to the chips, which will process it and send it to the dishes so that it can track. So yeah, that's that. So the next one that we set down was the math unit. The processor chip as a math unit. It will divide the solar angle and send the result to the batch writer. Okay, and then we've got the batch writer. This one will act as a group controller and change the vertical angle of all the solar panels at the same time. And then lastly, we've got our memory. The memory unit will contain the number the math unit will use to calculate the vertical angle the panel should be at based on the current solar angle. So when we started playing this game, in the info for Mars, it actually gave us the solar angle. It was 1.8, and the reason it's 1.8 is because there are 180 degrees in the movement of the sun from east to west. There's 180 degrees of movement, but the solar panels have only got 100. Well, it's not even degrees of movement. They've only got 100 positions of movement. So we have to do some maths to get them to sync up, basically, because otherwise the dishes are going to won't be able to track the sun through its whole 180 degrees because they've only got 100 positions of movement. So all we do is we take 180 and we divide it by the 100 and it'll give us 1.8, and that's how that works. Alright, so let's get these things wired up, shall we? It's basically just connecting everything to everything. So we're gonna bring that over there, bring that over there, and we'll start connecting these up. So we'll have one of them coming out there like that, so we'll have it coming around. They connect up a little bit differently with this high tension cable. It uses, well, you'll see it in a second when I come out of here. It uses these blocks instead of just like the other ones. It's a bit different. It's a bit harder to follow, but we'll get it done. We'll be alright. We'll be alright, I tell ya. Okay, I hope that is it. I hope that is it. So we're going to take another cable, which is going to come off and go into our... let's just take a straight one coming off there like that. We'll bring it down, we'll bring it across like that. Like that. We'll just have it straight, 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 and then a bent one going into our sensor. Alright, that looks like it's done. Okay, we're done. Very nice. Right, we're going to lose the sun again in a minute. Alright, alright, alright. So we're doing good. We're doing good. So what we need to do now. So that's it wired up. That's it wired up, I hope. So what we've got to do now is we have to connect to the solar panels and to the power. So we've got to have two connections. I don't suppose it matters where we connect from. So if I take a cable from here going up to the data, because this is going to send the information to the dishes where they have to move to. So we need to have contact with the data cable. So I'm just going to get rid of this. Get my cables back. I'm just going to take a cable from here straight up to there. And we'll just join onto that. We'll just join onto that like that. So there we've got a connection with the data. So we now also need a connection with the power. Because what's going to happen, as soon as the sun comes up, as soon as the sun's rays hit this in the morning time when the sun comes up, they're going to get a charge and it's going to be put into here. It's going to start charging up the battery. And as long as the sun's shining on them, they're going to be self-sufficient. They're going to have their own power to move around. They're going to have their own power to power all of this stuff up. The problems are going to occur is when they're facing the other way, and like it is now, the sun is going down. As soon as the sun goes down and they're getting no more charge, they're not going to be able to reset themselves and turn themselves around back to this position, ready for the next sunrise. They're not going to be able to do it because there's no sun's power. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to come off this cable here, and we'll use the battery power, which has been charged up through the day from the solar panels, which is in this one. So I don't suppose it matters where we connect. I don't suppose it does. Let's just take a cable off of here, and we'll just connect it into here, and we'll just see if that works. Hopefully it will work without a problem, but you never know. We don't know until we try it. That's the thing. So now let's get these things programmed. What information do they need? Let's start with the first one over here. So we've got two things we can put in here, two pieces of information. We've got an input and we've got a var, which is variable, I suppose. So on the input on the logical reader, we've got to get our screwdriver. We need the screwdriver in our hand to adjust these things, otherwise you're not going to get very far. So if I just go onto this with the screwdriver and I click, we can change its modes of operation. So we've got solar panel, logic memory, logic math, daylight sensor. In fact, daylight sensor is what we want, so we're just going to leave that on daylight sensor. And on the var, we're going to go over here, we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to look for solar angle, which is what we need. So there's the solar angle. Okay, very nice. So that one is set to daylight sensor and that one is set to solar angle. So we're going to move it across now to the math chip, the math unit. And this one is going to be set to number 1 is going to be logic reader. It's getting its information from the logic reader. And then we're going to go to number 2, which is this one over here, and that is going to be to logic memory because it's going to be grabbing information from the logic memory, or sending. Is that an output? Sending information. No, it's going to be grabbing information from memory. And then we've got the out, which we're going to put that on divide. There we go. It's just going to manipulate the numbers that it's got to divide. Okay, so in the memory one down here, we're going to set that to our solar angle, which is 1.8. So these big ones, if we just click them, we can see it's changing the value. It's going up in hundreds. And these small ones, they go up in single digits. So what we can also do is, if we press C, we can do even smaller increments. There you go, we've got 0.1, 0.2. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 1 on there, then I'm going to hold C, and then we're going to go up to 1.8. And that is that set. So we've got all those done now. They are all programmed and thingied and set and whatever. We've done all that we can. So let's just turn them on and see what happens. We've got them all green, which is oh, that one's not green. Have we even set that one? All right, batch writer in. is going to be logic math. So we're just going to go, here we go, logic math. Then we've got out is going to be solar panel, which is this one at the top here. That's going to send its new number to the solar panel, so they'll know where to move to. Daylight sensor, batch writer, area power controller, solar panel. And then the last one, the output variable, is going to be the vertical, because we want them only to move vertical. That's the only thing. And there they go. So they are now being moved. Ready to track the sun when it comes up. Right, we'll just leave them like that. It doesn't look particularly right or great, to be honest. It doesn't look like they've set up right. But they are all facing the same way. We'll just see what happens when the sun comes up, see if it starts tracking. If not, we will correct it, or I will correct it. And then we'll be good to go. Alright, we'll just leave them, and we'll see what happens when the sun comes up. We're just going to have to wait for the sun. And we will set them right if it doesn't work, if it doesn't do it itself. Alright, the sun is about to rise any second. We're just waiting for it to show its face. And then hopefully, once the sensor gets some sun on it, it's going to give a reading, and the solar panels will correct themselves. I don't think they will correct themselves. I think I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to have to go down and get a battery. Just swap over my battery quickly. Just take a new one. Come with me. Oh, stop it. We'll just take that one. Thank you very much. Let's get back up there. Oh, there's the sun. There's the sun. Absolutely bloody brilliant. Alright, so they didn't turn around, so let's just change them manually. I'm probably going to have to turn off the... I'm going to have to turn off these. So we'll just turn them off. And we'll just spin these around again. So we'll just grab the spanner, and we'll just adjust the position of these things. We'll do it the other way. So I think we need to have this on minus 90. So if you've got odd numbers like we have now, if we hold C, I'm going to have to get around the other side. I'm going to have to get around there. If we hold C, we can adjust it. I need to go the other way. Oh my god. I need to go this way. We'll just put it on minus 90. And on that one, the same again. Minus 90 degrees. Okay, fantastic. So we'll just wait for those two to get into position. We'll turn it on, and then we should be good. Alright, let's turn these suckers on. So we'll turn that one on. We'll turn that one on. And please don't turn around the wrong way again. And we'll turn that one on. And there we have it. So they are now lined up to the sun. We are currently getting 82% efficiency. Well, it's not great. It's not great. 82%. We're getting more from down there. I think we get about 84, 85 there. But that is the maximum we get from that thing. So what we can do is we can adjust the number that's in here. It's currently set to 1.8. Let's just change it to, we can go from between 1.5 and 1.8. So if we just change this here, so let's see, I'm holding C, we'll just put that down to 1.7. That's giving us 80, that's not great, that's going down. If we put it down to, oh, wrong one. If we put it down to 1.6, it's getting even worse, so we'll put it back onto 1.8. I think that's the best we're going to get. 83. Well, it's going up. 84. 83, 84. Okay, but they're working now. They are now tracking the sun. Absolutely bloody brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. So they're going to follow the sun until it sets. And once it sets, they will either turn themselves around straight away, or they'll just track backwards and get back, reset themselves to the sunrise position, ready for the next sunrise. And that's it. That's it. Job done. It is now providing us with tons and tons of power. So we've got this cable coming off here. This is the cable that's going to run down the side of this scaffolding, and it's going to go down here into this area here, which is going to be a building. We're going to do this building next episode. We'll start making this. It's just going to be a basic building, but we're going to have large batteries in here. Large batteries, they're as big as this shrank here, as big as this locker, and they can hold massive charges. So we'll have a couple of these large batteries in this building here, and then this is going to be our main power center, and we're going to have a few of these on the walls in there as well, and each one of these is going to control a different area. So we'll have one of them controlling our gas collection area. We'll have another one doing this area with all of our machines in, and we're going to keep the areas sectioned off like that so that we don't have too much power running through these normal cables we've got. These normal red cables that we've got only hold 5,000 watts, and then they'll blow. So we don't want to have tons and tons of stuff connected to them, which is going to cause us problems. So we're going to keep the areas small like this. I mean, the red cables can run all of this equipment, no problem whatsoever. We've been doing it the whole time, so we're not expecting any problems from that. It's even been running this area as well, our gas collection area. So yeah, we're going to get all the different buildings with their own power supply, and that way we shouldn't get into any problems in the future. We shouldn't have any cable burns or anything like that. So that's working. That is absolutely fantastic, man. I'm loving this. I'm absolutely loving this. The more I play this game, the more I like it. I tell you, the more I like it. Right, so that's it. So the next thing we can do is we can get rid of these. We can get rid of this off the floor, and we'll do that all next episode. We'll tidy all this up. We'll get that building built, which isn't going to be a great thing. We can get that built pretty quickly, and we'll get the power situation sorted out once and for all, and that'll be that. And then once we've done that, I think the next thing that we're going to have to do, so it won't be next episode, it'll be the episode after, we're going to do hydroponics. We'll make another building, and we'll set all that up for environment control, because we've got to have certain temperatures. We've also got to have a certain atmosphere. But I think the atmosphere, let me just put this battery on charge. I think the atmosphere that we've got on Mars is actually okay for plants. If we just grab the tablet and we turn it on, the atmosphere that we've actually got is it's quite rich with CO2. As you can see, we've got 95% CO2. So I think if we just capture the atmosphere, the normal Mars atmosphere in this room, and put it in a tank, and we can inject the gas that we collect into our hydroponics room, into our hydroponics building, we should be all right. We should be all right for the plants. We just got to do the temperature, that's all. At night it's going to get a bit cold. All right, guys, that is it for another episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please show your support and hit the thumbs up for me. If you've got any comments about what we've done, any suggestions, any improvements, please let me know in the comment section down below. I will read every single comment. We will at some date, at some point, upgrade what we've done up there to dual tracking, because sometimes the sun doesn't just come up and go straight across like that and go straight down. Sometimes it comes up and then it drifts maybe left or right. And if we do dual tracking, we're going to be exactly pinpoint accuracy on the sun, which is going to give us even more power. We could be high 90s. We could be up to 95, 96% with the dual solar tracking. But we'll do that at a later date. We don't need to do it now. We're set up now. We're good to go. Right, guys, that's it. Till next time, take care. Bye now.